Hey friends, Cartoon Network. If you were flipping around and bored growing up, chances are you found shows here unlike any other.
No, wait, I know a really good one.
No, man, you're just gonna pull up that ostrich thing with the balls again.
No, I'm not.
I'll admit this, half the time I watched Cartoon Network growing up, I had no idea what show I was watching. I just knew it was gonna be hilarious.
Omelette de fromage? Oh, Dexter.
Cartoon Network is super underrated in my mind because other networks had a lot of the like A-list cartoons, you know, your South Park, Family Guy, The Simpsons, but you can't deny that Cartoon Network put out a ton of hits. So today what I want to do is use my radio background to check if each show's intro is a bop or a flop. And by the way, if you dig this video, make sure to subscribe. It is the best way possible to support the channel, and most people who watch these videos actually aren't subscribed. Okay, now I need you to dust off your rhinestone jacket and your best Elvis impression, because here we go.
1, 2, 3, yeah! Baby. Sassy.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? I mean, apart from Elvis himself, and maybe Blue Suede Goo from Clay Fighter, nobody, and I mean nobody, gave off the weird 60s charisma like Johnny Bravo. Never has a man with less swag had more confidence. The theme sets the tone perfectly just for who he is and what he is. I guess we're just lucky that he wasn't around long enough to see the TikTok era.
You woke me up early from my hibernation. No, I didn't. Do you see that clock? It's midnight. That's a VCR, kid.
It's definitely a banger intro for a hilarious show, and I think it's a great place to start this list. Oh, I should point out, by the way, I'm using Looper's list of like the top 20 Cartoon Network shows of all time, so that's what we're going off of for this. And now we're into The Boy with friends as imaginary as Johnny Bravo's charisma. I don't know, there's just something so sweet about the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends theme. Like, I get big Studio Ghibli vibes from the art and like the piano-leaning theme, but it's like Ghibli meets one of those dueling piano bar vibes. Foster's didn't last as long as some of the shows on the list, but I would say its theme is one of the best. You know, part of the reason, actually, that this video is as long as it is because when I watched this, I went down a Foster's binge.
It's hot in Topeka.
Yeah, I'm saying it was worth it.
Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how.
Wow, so you talk about a show that is very of its time. I mean, Ren and Stimpy, Cat Dog. Look, if you have two animals, animators, and a really messed up sense of biology, you got a hit kids show. Everything about Cow and Chicken fit that formula. Just from being weird for the sake of being weird into the like rockabilly kind of intro. I would say that Cow and Chicken get a pass because they were a really early Cartoon Network original. And I'll admit the theme is even kind of catchy. All right, this is where I have to start nitpicking just a little bit. The intros are great, and that makes me wonder why. Why are they so short? Gumball, for coming out in 2014, is a straight bop. It's got like Doug vibes, meets My Little Pony a little bit. The Amazing World of Gumball is a good show with an awesome intro, but it's only 20 seconds. That's half the length of Doug, half the length of My Little Pony. Either way, it is a cool intro, it is a great show, and even with the recorder solo. This one I'm torn on a little bit, you know, because I didn't watch this much growing up because the intro legit scared the crap out of me. You can't tell me that this is not nightmare fuel to an 8-year-old. The intro itself, right, it's a show with creepy vibes, it's a fun show. I think the intro itself was awesome. As an adult, right, creepy synth vibes, cool guitar, it's a home run. I just wish I would have watched it when I was younger.
You take the moon and you take the sun.
You take everything that seems like fun.
So, weed was not legalized in Illinois until long after Chowder was off the air.
We need more spice.
Well, I'm glad one of us finally acknowledged it.
In all seriousness, I love the intro. It's super fun. But who was this show for? It's like they went part in for stoners, part in for kids, and got this really weird soup. Now, trust me, it is gonna get stuck in your head. But ultimately, the nostalgia factor wasn't there for me because this was a show that I just happened to miss. Chowder fans, is that what you call yourself? Chowder heads? To check in, leave a comment down below. No Cartoon Network. That's a bad Cartoon Network. Look, if you're talking about Scooby-Doo, you gotta talk about this theme.
Where are you? We got some work to do now.
That's right, this theme came out 53 years ago, in 1969. Nice. There's a reason that theme is the one that comes to mind when we think of Scooby-Doo, and not this, like, part Charlie's Angels, part, like, I don't really know, like, intro to a video game thing. I would say of all the intros on this list, this one is my least favorite. When you get it right the first time, you can't mess with the formula.
Flapjack! Hey, Flapjack! Come with me, we'll go and see a place called Candy Island!
Well, I will give the Misadventures of Flapjack this. The intro is definitely unique. You know, it fits the theme of the show. I think everyone loves a sea shanty. They were blowing up on TikTok not that long ago. My problem, though, is that I'm one of those people that when you hear someone's voice and you recognize it from, like, other shows, you can't stop thinking about it. Like, for example, this. Daggett, Invader Zim, Moxie, all the same guy. So when I hear the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob is this, I have to dock it a couple points. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm immediately gonna put my hypocrite hat on here because Codename Kids Next Door is the spy vibe done right. Plus, I feel like this is more James Bond than Charlie's Angels, and I was here for it every time as a kid, man. It's done in this way that when you hear it, you sprint to get your cereal, you know? Like knock your sister out of the way, you grab the bowl, you do the tippy toe back to the living room so that you can watch before the commercial ends. It just, Codename Kids Next Door gives me like the biggest Saturday morning nostalgia. Okay, I know it's hard to remember a time when Marvel heroes weren't taking over the world, but for kids in the early 2000s, this was damn impressive. The animation was amazing. The theme, it's that inspirational superhero. Like, how can it not get you pumped up, you know? Speaking of superheroes, by the way, I do want to get this guy in here, Space Ghost. The intro, unfortunately, to Space Ghost is this, like, epileptic mess. So, watch it at your own risk, but again, you talk about triggering nostalgia, that was it.
Eddy!
The whistling, it was like the summoning call for kids to get everyone to run to the TV. That was the beauty of Ed, and Eddy to me, right? They were just kids, you know, with the goofiness turned up to 11. Make money, get jawbreakers. That was all that mattered. And it made sense that for a simple show, simple dudes, there was a simple theme song. Not to mention, gave birth to one of the greatest loops ever.
Slide on the soap. Slide on the soap.
Put simply, if you watched Cartoon Network as a kid, Ed, and Eddy had to be a staple. Oops. Okay. So this is one of my favorite shows. I've even interviewed Billy Mitchell, who's actually parodied here. But I forgot that this was the intro. What do you say about it? It's like 2 notes. By the way, if this is what gets this video copyright claimed, I will fall out.
It started when an alien device did what it did and stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers, he's no ordinary kid, he's Ben 10.
Okay, so the Ben 10 universe was arguably the SpongeBob of Cartoon Network. I mean, hear me out. You couldn't even breathe near Cartoon Network for a time without running into Ben 10. Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Ben 10 Omniverse. And according to Wikipedia, there's even more Ben 10 stuff on the way. Despite dressing like Peter Griffin, the kid is badass, has a theme that matches perfectly. Admit it, you know when you started hearing this song as a kid, you were rapping along. I think we all were. And this is a franchise show for a network done well. No surprise here, I am a sucker for 90s nostalgia. The hand-drawn aesthetic is awesome to me. And heck, I've even got, you know, some 80s nostalgia up here. But if Ben 10 was a modern theme done right, Dexter's Lab is a perfect classic theme. No words, just the tone of the song, you know, the roaring skyscraper machinery letting you know that's gonna be what this kid and his sister are all about. Plus, it had the 90s vibe where you get like the weird gross out humor, some adult jokes. I would say Dexter's Lab, one of the best for sure. Danny Phantom! I'll admit, it took me far longer to check out Teen Titans than I care to reveal, because Teen Titans Go, back in the day, was on before Yu-Gi-Oh! And I thought they were the same show, so yeah, needless to say, it took me a while to get into it, but Teen Titans! The intro to this, it's got it all. The superhero rock vibes, the earworm lyrics, they're gonna be stuck in your head all day. I would say even without the show, the Teen Titan theme, like you could have it on, you know, your phone just because.
Are the crystal gems, we'll always save the day. And if you think we can, we'll always find a way.
The beauty in the imperfection, my friends. Honestly, I feel like you could almost argue that's one of the themes of Steven Universe. I know there's a lot of people out there that get chills when they hear this one. Now, I didn't get as into it as some people I knew, but like, how can you not love this, right? First animated show to break like 100,000 barriers. The intro, it's just a kid singing, not processed, you know, not some rock legend. It's just Steven being himself. That is Steven Universe. I feel like that in just a moment sums up what the show is about, and it's gotta get you hooked.
We interrupt this program to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show!
Oh, wait a minute now. Are we really have to go from Steven Universe to Courage the Cowardly Dog? It's a tough turn to make, but thematically, they're more similar than you would think. In the first 20 seconds of this show, you know Courage's backstory, you know his family situation, you know exactly what you're gonna get. Now, because Courage was mainly a 90s show, it's not surprising that a lot of it was like the completely weird sort of humor, but I feel like us 90s kids, like we have a big soft spot in your soul for Courage. I could not believe that this show was on for 16 years. I feel like it could have gone another 16 more. It is simply incredibly epic. How can you not see Samurai Jack, this combo of the old school anime storytelling, then a hip hop beat that is just insanely good? It's made even more amazing, honestly, because I feel like it fits the plot of the show. It'd be one thing if they were just trying to be like young and hip, you know, very hello my fellow young people, but it honestly sets a tone, the old school meets new school, that I feel like the show carries out. It's easy to see why Looper had this as the third best show on Cartoon Network.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X.
I'll come out and say it, friends. This was the first show that made dudes actually want to play as female superheroes. You know you did. You know you did. I see you out there. But going back to the beginning and comparing Powerpuff Girls to Johnny Bravo, Johnny Bravo was a show that in a lot of ways felt out of place in its time. But somehow, this old school superhero aesthetic that the Powerpuff Girls did, it seems so fitting. Show is funny, it kicked butt, the intro is the same. It's a timeless concept for a timeless show. And I feel like the intro, not to repeat the word for the third time, but it is timeless and it got it spot on. Although, that does bring us to the last one, the award-winning, astronomically successful
Adventure time, come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands.
All right, I picked this Adventure Time intro. I'm showing it a little out of order because it makes me smile. You know, and that's kind of what this channel is all about, right? From the lyrics that sound like something that you could write about yourself and your pet, to the Simpsons flying around the world scenes at the beginning, Adventure Time establishes the world and makes you realize that it is a world you want to be a part of. Even down to like the simple ukulele lyrics. You hear it, it gets stuck in your head, and I don't know, there's something about hearing it that makes me know whatever I see, like it's not gonna let me down. It's not gonna be a waste of a half hour. There's a reason the show won 8 Emmys, right? Every episode of Adventure Time, I feel like may not leave you happy, but you know you're gonna be entertained, if that makes any sense. But with that, my friends, we have covered a bunch of Another Network's intros. Today, it was Cartoon Network. What should I do next? You wanna see Toonami, Disney, you know, Fox had a bunch of cartoons in the 90s? Let me know in the comments down below. And one more I want to shout out that wasn't on this countdown was Megas XLR. That, my friend, is art. Chicks dig giant robots. So what'd you think of this video? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, please subscribe if you're new. It helps me. It helps the channel out more than you know. Take care, my friends. Always enjoy your shows, and I will see you for the next episode.